What's happening, everybody? I'm in this backwoods area here. It's real nice and quiet, and I have modified my high drive so it's making like no noise, but my seat, listen. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I don't want to scare all the fishes. Good God, man. Let's go back to the shop, fix that right now. That's some nice hat you got there, Marty. Everybody else, this is the chair that was on that kayak just now, and it's called an Ergo Boost. This trick I think is going to work for practically any kayak seat to help eliminate the noise of fabric on the metal rail. That can be especially annoying when you have a foot-powered vessel, because your body is constantly doing this while your feet are doing that. So in order to make this quiet, I'm going to use some of this. In the past, I've used things like electrical tape and duct tape, koozies cut up because of the material it's made out of, just something to make a barrier in between the metal and the fabric of the seat. And today I'm going to use this because gaffer tape is used by electricians on like a movie set or something, for instance, where they have wires going across and temporarily they have to put tape across it so that people don't trip on it, and then later on they want to remove the tape without a lot of adhesive residue. And I've shown this before in the past, and commenters mentioned that the residue from duct tape is really nasty and it's going to get all over the place and it's going to leak. And so today I'm going to use this. It's a very nice fabric, and yeah, let's see how it works. I think it's going to be a winner. The first thing I'm going to do is take note of where the fabric is touching the seat. So we got two little armatures here on this particular model, and the fabric goes in between those on both sides. And then across the top we have another piece that goes kind of here. But what's nice about the top piece is that you can remove it nice and easy just by undoing these buckles. There's the top piece. We got a couple more inside there. This model also has this little bungee, which is supposed to make it so that you can store stuff in there and it won't fall out. But to remove this, we'll have to take that off. And then there you go. Now the armature is open and we can put some of this gaffer tape on there. I'm not sure how this is going to rip. Let's find out. About there. And that rips pretty nice and neat. Cutting this with a scissor probably give me some nicer edges. But gaffer tape does tear pretty nice. Two lengths, completely wrap that. Again, this is going to be an experiment in time. If you're subscribed to come back in future videos, if this is like a disaster, I will mention it. But for the time being, I've done this again with duct tape and electrical tape. And if this comes off at some point in the future, you just do it again. There's a lot of things in life where, you know, you just have to rinse and repeat. I'm not adverse to maintenance, which is pretty obvious because for a while I lived on a boat. For an example of maintenance on a boat, I thought I was slick. I got myself a brand new air conditioning system for my boat. And the way that they cool the Freon on a boat air conditioner is seawater, or fresh salt, whatever, is pumped up through the system. And only a few months after putting in this brand new AC system, I found out that my air conditioning system had barnacles in it. And the water wasn't flowing and the system was overheating. So I had to, on a monthly basis, do maintenance. And that involved running muriatic acid through the system. It's a nasty business. But it's the price you had to pay if you wanted to live on a boat. So if anybody says that this seems like a lot of maintenance if you're going to have to redo it, well, welcome to the real world, folks. There you go, the sides are wrapped from armature to armature, there and there. I got the top pretty well done. Let's put this back on. Tighten down the straps on the buckles. Put these little dealies back in place. They went right there. Got another tighten. That should cure our squeaky sounds. Let's see. Okay. Trust me when I tell you, forget about the noise in the background. This is very quiet now. Now, the bottom makes some noise too. And now we're starting to get kind of advanced. Shall we do it? This is actually kind of advanced because there's a screw there and on the other side, and then there's two bolts. See, there's like a little nut right there on this hinge. There's two bolts there and two bolts there, and there's another screw here where the bottom of the strap goes to. If we want to take this fabric off the bottom, we have to take out those 4 screws and these 4 nuts and bolts, and then we'll be able to disassemble the seat. I know it seems intimidating, but for real, it's just a Phillips head screwdriver, so I'm going to say let's go ahead and do it. There you go, Phillips head. Let's see if we can take this thing apart. Yep, you see that? That is a screw, not a nut and bolt. I've noticed that the tips of these screws are very conical shaped. That'll help find the hole when we're putting this back together. It looks like the nut seats inside there, so it's not going to come out. Perfect. It comes off real easy. There you go, there's one. And 2. This nut is pinched inside there. If the seat's in the down position, that doesn't seem to want to come out, which is fine. I wish I could tell you that I've done this before. I've done it to seats before, but not on this model. It's really not rocket science. That's why I'm not afraid to do it for the first time on camera. The nut didn't want to come out of its little hole there. Now, boom. See how that kind of is held together? No? Yeah, neither do I. See that? It's kind of pinched in there. I'm not going to take this off of the armature completely because I want to remember where does the fabric interact with the metal. So I'll just do this one first, right here. Love the texture of this gaffer tape. It comes in various colors. I bought black so that it kind of blends in with the seat. I think this is going to work out real nice. Oops. Slide that back in there. It's already quieter. I love order and neatness and things held together. When you start taking things apart and they start falling all over the place, I get a little anxious. Be prepared for that if you do the same. In a sense, this reminds me of doing base mold, you know, carpentry stuff inside of a house. When you take the couch and the bed and all the furniture out of a room, you've got nothing else to look at but that base mold. And it can be rather hideous looking sometimes. Then you put all the furniture back in when you're done installing the base mold, and all those little imperfections fall into the background. So although I see a little bit of white showing on the edge of the tape, I've got a couple buckles here and there. Most of that's going to be hidden underneath the fabric and underneath the seat itself and the fishing rods and everything else. So I'm not terribly concerned about that. It will fall into the background. My immediate concern is putting this back on. That should be fairly easy. Should be easy. I got it backwards. That's why you watch these videos, right? Because I'm an expert. Sure. Actually, the reason I know how to do this stuff is because I'm not afraid to fail. Little failures like that get forgotten real quick when the success of your project manifests itself. That goes in there. You go over there. Oh yeah. Let's see. I think we can put these screws back in. Might start them by hand. Well, I noticed the seat rail has little screws here that hold the end caps in place, and before I put this screw in here on the end, I want to rotate that around like so. That's better. See that? Now the screw's on the back side. That is much better. I'm hearing a little bit. It's very, very tiny though. It's not loud and obnoxious like it once was, so I think Mr. Big Hat's gonna be happy. It looks like we got a little bit of moisture out there. Today might be cut short, and I may get a little wet. But I'm pretty sure that now that I've put that gaffer's tape on my chair, at least it'll be quiet. Whatever little squeak there is left is no more loud than my shirt making noise as it goes over the seat. And I hear the water lapping the side of the kayak. The drive system is making a little bit of noise. Some traffic off in the distance today. But other than that, the boat ramp was empty. It was all by myself. Just me and the osprey out here. I'm going to see if I can catch a fish real quick. Thank you guys for coming along on another video. I hope to see you in the next one. Oh, and if you have any suggestions about videos I should do in the future, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll read through them and answer you back as best as I can. All right. Where are those fish? I know they're out there somewhere.